Next week, we're watching Turkey's military operations in northeast Syria and the likely sanctions that Turkey will endure from its allies because of it. The Turks, who are trying to build a buffer zone across the whole of Syria's border, are moving as quickly as possible before the sanctions threat can materialize. Sanctions are quite likely, but their scope and scale are subject to debate. Next week, we will see Europe and Congress discuss just how far they're willing to go, and we'll be keeping in mind how Turkey might decide to retaliate against American and European businesses and citizens when the sanctions do come to pass. Mozambique's much-anticipated general elections will kick off on October 15th. The run-up to the contest has already been violent after multiple attacks on opposition-linked individuals. All eyes will be on whether or not the longtime ruling party, the Mozambique Liberation Front, will be able to hold the political system after years of financial scandal and a growing Islamic insurgency in the far north. Additionally, with attacks on the opposition, it will be important to track whether or not the August peace agreement between the two sides will stick, or if the conflict is headed for a new chapter. Finally, next week we'll be watching the so-called intensive Brexit negotiations before the EU summit on October 17th. Here's what we're watching for. First, if the UK can soften its pledge to exit the customs union, this potentially might allow Northern Ireland to remain in it. Second, if Prime Minister Boris Johnson can convince a skeptical House of Commons to approve a deal, which will be difficult considering that the Commons have rejected Brexit deals 3 times in the past. Should the EU and UK fail to reach a deal yet again, Johnson will be legally obliged to request an extension. The opposition in the Commons, in the meantime, will also be ready to trigger a no-confidence vote against Johnson if he refuses to ask the EU for more time.